A little while ago, I had a dream. He looked very well in this dream. He looked how he did before he had cancer. And we smiled at each other and I said, "I love you, Dad." And he said, "I love you too, Jack. I love all you kids." Okay, hi everybody. Hope you're all doing okay on your side of the internet, your side of the screen. Hope you're all good. Hope you're having a good day, night, whatever time that you're watching this. This is just a video which I've been wanting to do for the last few months since it happened, but you know, you can tell me if I'm looking into this a bit too much, or maybe if it may be nothing at all, but I just wanted to tell you about it. Maybe you guys have had similar experiences, because I just thought I'd mention it. And by the way, tell me what the quality of the sound is like, because I'm testing out this new mic, so let me know in the comments. How's this sound like? When I do videos like this, is it better? You know, is there too much background noise? You know, just let me know. How's this mic doing? It's so good to have you here, regardless whether you're returning, whether you're a subscriber, or if this is the first video that you've ever seen. So in that case, welcome. This channel is all about the paranormal, so exploring paranormal theories, explaining my experiences, but also spirit communication as well, as that's what I mainly love to do here, and I will always love to do here, and just things which I want to share with you. And I want to share with you this dream which I had a little while ago, because maybe you've had a similar experience. So tell me about that in the comments if you have. So a little while ago, I would say maybe I'd say maybe about 2, maybe 3 months ago, I had a little dream about my dad. Now, if you don't know, my dad passed away on the 24th of September 2021, and my dad was my bestest friend. He watched every single video I did here, and you know, he loved his kids so much. Just a wonderful, great guy. And it's a hard thing to lose your dad at any age. I lost mine at the age of 25, and you know, this wasn't all that long ago. And you know, I miss him ever so much. My dad, unfortunately, was ill, and you know, sick or not, I'd give anything to have him here, even just for 5 minutes. If I could have one wish, I'd trade everything. But I had this dream about my dad, and when I had this dream, it was something which was really strange when it happened, because it's the most vivid dream I've ever had. I remember every single detail. It's amazing. And you know, when dreams are so vivid that you can remember the sights, the sounds, the smells, things you've touched, you just remember everything, how you felt in that time, what even the person was wearing, or whatever, if you dreamt about a loved one who's maybe passed away. A little while ago, I had a dream about my dad, and you've seen in a video, if I can point you to like this video, which was, you see, I was walking down an alleyway, and right behind me, as I'm walking down there, it was my dad's house. If you walk the opposite direction, my dad's flat would be on your right, and you would see the flat, and you could see right into his kitchen. And in this dream, I was walking down the alleyway, and I saw my dad in the kitchen window, and he had his Peppard shirt on. That's where he used to work. He worked there for 40 plus years. And he had his work shirt on, and he looked really good, even from the mirror. His hair was a lot darker, not so much grey, and from what I could see, he looked healthier. And in my dream, I just went, oh, holy shit, you know. So I just ran into my dad's flat, and I opened up the door, ran up the stairs. It was amazing. The place wasn't empty. It was exactly as it was when he left it. Like, after the day after he died, we saw his flat, and just seeing how everything was left as it was really a surreal experience when they're not there. But anyway, I went up into the flat, and I was looking around trying to find him, looked in every room, couldn't find my dad anywhere, until I looked out the window in the kitchen where he last was. I saw him out in his garden, and he had a little path that just went up the side of his house, past the neighbour's garden, and up into the very back, which was his. And as I got to the garden, and I saw him just sat down on, you know, those wooden like pub benches, like table thingies, like the slats. He was sat on one of them, and I'll never forget this, so vivid. He always wore his grey trackies, never really got into fashion much, and he was wearing his Reading shirt. And this Reading shirt is so old. I think it was like from 2006 or something, or 2007. I think my brother got it for him. I always remember Granddad 55, because he was born in 1955. And it's just so vivid. I remember that. And he looked how he did before. For those of you who don't know, my dad was suffering with cancer back in 2014, and when he was diagnosed. And my memory might be a little bit foggy because it was a little bit of time ago, and sometimes things get lost. But he looked very well in this dream. He looked how he did before he had cancer and before he, had heart failure, because he was diagnosed with end-stage heart failure, and that's what he passed away from. But I went into the garden and he's there. He's smoking a cigarette and he's got something in his other hand. I'm not sure what it is, but he's got his grey trackies on. He's got his black socks on, red shirt, and he's just got this huge smile on his face. And he seems really happy, and he put on a bit more weight, wasn't so grey in the hair, and he looked just good. He looked like he was glowing. And it was like a day like this. It was pretty much like exactly like this. Really nice, sunny. And I went out into the garden and I just couldn't believe that was my dad just sitting there. And I swear it was real, but I went into the garden and I saw him and I said to him, these were how I'm going to tell you this is the exact words. I remember it word for word. I said, "Dad, you're here?" And he says to me, "Oh, hey Jack, you all right, boy?" And I said, "Yeah, I love you, Dad." And he goes, and he looks up, he just sat there, takes a puff of his cigarette, and he looks around and he says, "It's beautiful here, isn't it? It's really beautiful." And I said to him, "Dad, is this real?" And he just looks at me and he ushers me to come sit down with him. And he puts his arm around my shoulder and he goes, "One day it will be." And it was like something out of a movie in my mind. And then, we smiled at each other and I said, "I love you, Dad." And he said, "I love you too, Jack. I love all you kids." And I have not dreamt about my dad since. I haven't dreamt about him at all since then. But oddly, after that, I found a sense of, I don't know what you want to call it, comfort, I suppose. But it wasn't until after we buried my dad's ashes, whether that has some significance, I don't know. But after that dream, I started to feel a little bit more peace of mind. And I started to feel a little bit, not better about his passing, but could cope with it a little bit more. And in a way, I thought it was maybe in my dream going, "Don't worry, things are going to be okay. We'll be together at some point, don't worry." But obviously, I've done this spirit communication for, I think, nearly 4 years, and there's like 330 videos on this channel. And can I tell you that heaven is real, that an afterlife is real, that we do go on after death? I wish I knew. I really wish I could tell you guys, but unfortunately, I can't. I really wish I could. Do I hope that there's a heaven? Do I hope there's some sort of maybe just an afterlife in general? Yeah, I do definitely hope so. Or maybe it's just living like this, maybe in some sort of paradise. I don't know. Maybe it's me looking into this too much. Maybe it's just my brain just trying to process information. It very well could be. Or maybe can spirits visit you in your dreams? Maybe, I was meant to see that. I'm not sure. You can't help but put a lot of meaning into these things, especially when you do lose somebody who you love so very much. I loved my dad. He was my bestest friend in this entire world, and I miss him with every fiber of my being. And he sits right here on my chest, and that's my dad's ashes there, and his hair. It's for people like me who do this, do this paranormal stuff, spirit communication, so on. Can I tell you, is it easy to lose a parent? Oh, hell no, it is not easy. It sucks. It hits you like a fucking sledgehammer. And it's the worst pain. I have dealt with physical pain before, mental pain, emotional pain, but the only way I can describe grief of losing somebody is take every time you felt sad, every time you felt angry, every time you got hurt, every time you had pain in your stomach or a headache or something. Take all of that, roll it into one, and imagine feeling all those things all at once. That's honestly what grief felt like for me. However, something I can't deny, which I've always said to you guys, when I got into this, I didn't truly believe in spirit communication 100% until I started to do it myself. And I was like, okay, maybe there is something to this. And now I don't know what that something is. I don't know what these spirits are. I don't know how they talk. Don't know why they even talk. All I know is they do. I know there's people out there that will try and go out and debunk these things, but this is something I just cannot explain. That, you know, people say all of it's just coincidence and it's just scanning through a radio and all you're hearing is bits of radio. Sometimes that does happen, but I've had instances and moments where it sounds like it's communication that could be from my dad, or even not just my dad, but any spirits, and like communicating directly with me. And that's something I cannot find an explanation for. Can I tell you who these spirits are? No. Can I say how they communicate? No. All I know is that something is communicating. It's intelligent. I just don't know what that something or what that thing is. But for my dad, if he was here, if he was alive today, I'm sure he would watch this video and he would come back and like we would get on the phone and he would talk to me about it and ask me questions, because he was always asking me questions about spirit communication. And me and dad had similar experiences together, and he would tell me about like experiences that he's had, and he would talk to me about his beliefs and such, you know, because I'm trying not to look at the this sort of dream. Sorry, there's a dog in front of me. I'm trying not to look into this dream as maybe from a spiritual sense, because it's a little bit, you know, I like to base a lot on research and like fact, scientific fact. But when it comes to this, I'm not really sure how to explain it. Maybe it is just a dream, you know, could be a dream. Or it could be that me and my dad really spoke in that instance in my head when I was, you know, in that state of dream state and like relaxation in my mind. I don't know. You know, if I live to be an old age, I would have lived most of my life without a father. And I forgot to say this in the last video, which I did on this. If you watch this if you've lost somebody, if you've lost a loved one. But the thing I can tell you about losing somebody is that now I can go either one or two ways. I can be so angry and upset and hurt that my dad is no longer here, that, you know, be upset that your loved one's no longer here. Or I can say, you know, I had my dad for 25 great years. Those years weren't always fantastic. They weren't always the best. But you know what? I had a dad, and I had a great dad for 25 years of my life. And that's 25 years of just joy that I will never forget. So you have to be grateful for what you had. You know, I know it sounds cliche that you don't really truly appreciate something until it's gone, and I think there's a lot of truth in that, because I'd give anything to have my dad back here, you know, right now. But at the same time, because of the communication which I have gotten over the last little while, over the last 8 months, it was 8 months a few days ago that dad passed away, and with communication I get, it doesn't seem like it's much these days anymore. On the odd occasion, you know, I get dad mentioned, sometimes name and such, and I've shared a few little bits and pieces here with you. Do I want to show whole sessions? No, there's some of them which I have not shown you because they're personal and they're private to me and my family. There's some which I only want my brother and my sister to see, another family. So I hope you guys can understand that. But what I have shown you is just, I don't have any explanation for it. I really don't. But do I know that's, you know, my parent? Do I know that's my dad? No, unfortunately I do not. Can I have hope? Do I hope so? Yes, 100%, absolutely. And hopefully maybe, you know, instead of like taking this as, you know, taking like a loss as a negative, maybe it does inspire some people to get into doing like what I do here with spirit communication. I hope maybe it does, and I hope maybe it can help benefit you. Maybe this video will benefit you. I don't know. Well, I do personally hope so. Sorry, there was something I forgot to mention in this video. So this is me after the fact jumping back in just to tell you this point. But you know, I can't tell you that your loved one is in spirit web. I sometimes get requests to say, can you contact my brother? Can you contact my mother, my friend, sister, daughter, whoever it is? And I always say to them, I could, but you're best off getting, you know, something like a PSP-7 and doing it yourself. Because if anything, wouldn't they be more likely to go to you rather than me? I'm a complete stranger, so why would they come to me? You know, I think your loved one would want to be with you rather than, you know, go to a complete stranger who they don't know, or maybe they do. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that. But I encourage you to get in and do this yourself. Just get hold of a PSP-7 or even whatever you can. I've even said about manual scan methods, other sort of hacked radios and such. So get into it, do it yourself, because you never know. You probably might have better results. I'm not saying you're going to get results every single time, because spirit communication is not guaranteed. It's something that you've got to keep at. You've got to keep at it and keep doing it. But I think you'll probably be more likely to get some sort of success if you do this yourself. But anyway, back to what I was saying. But anyway, that was just the little bit which I wanted to tell you guys, and I hope that you get something out of it, and I hope maybe it gives you that little bit of hope and that little bit of a push to like carry on with life, because you have to go on, especially after a loved one dies. You got to go on. You don't have a choice, but you can go at it like a few ways, like I just said. See, he's enjoying life. That dog's living his best life. Oh, he's having fun. Wait, you dropped your ball. He's dropped his ball. Looks like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. But can I tell you, I am still quite a happy guy. Yeah. Would I be happier if my dad was still around? Absolutely. But the way I think of it is that my dad, I don't worry about him anymore, that he's like in pain or whatever, worried that he's going to have a scare, I don't worry about that anymore. The only thing I hope for is that wherever he is, if he is there, he's enjoying himself and he's having fun. And he's with other family. And I hope that when I shuffle off this mortal coil, when I die, and I will see my family and friends again in the future, and hope you guys will as well. But that dog's living his best life, and I'm going to go carry on with this walk. But I hope this maybe inspires you to get into spirit communication. I hope if anything I've done has benefited any of you out there, then, the pleasure's all mine, because I want to share with you what the paranormal is, share my experience, and maybe this video can help do something for you. But anyway, now that dog's interrupting me, I'm going to go carry on with the walk, and I will see you guys in the future. So until then, take care, bye-bye for now, and live yourself a good life.